Good morning. Welcome to Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. I'm Susie Parker Goins. I'm a channel, so divine comes through me and talks to you. It's a conversation, not pontification, no lecturing there, and allows you to start a relationship, to establish a relationship with divine or your guides in a different way. And that way you can learn things and use these tools in your own search. I'm also an energy healer, so I do Reiki, I work with crystals. I'm also a past life explorer and healer, and I'm a teacher. And one of the things I do is to provide you tools so that you can work on your own. My links are all in the description, and I'll do all that YouTube-y stuff. Please, like, comment, subscribe, give to my Ko-fi account, or go to anchor.com and hit support there, whatever you can do to show me your support. Also, I'm interested in hearing what topics you want me to cover. I'm totally good with that. Thanks. And I am grateful for all the support I get. On the podcast platforms, I upload meditations on Mondays, and Thursdays are my thoughts on metaphysical topics. I'm available for online sessions and phone consultations, so if you want to do Zoom, we can do that. The best way to contact me about current pricing and availability, and also about any online events that I'm doing, is through email, and that's going to be in the description box too. So today I'm going to talk about ethics. I know there are a lot of people out there who think what I and others do is a scam. Some folks haven't been happy with a reading or a session from me. I've been called a fake, and other times people have just commented on event pages that we're all charlatans. I'm sure, admittedly, there are those out there who would take advantage of other people, who would scam them. There are people like that in every occupation or industry. That's sad, but it's true. I mean, I've heard stories about someone who asked for thousands of dollars to just remove a curse. There are religious leaders who go out there constantly asking for money to show your love, and then they wind up with some sort of divinely provided jet. They're all over there. And there are some practitioners who charge a whole lot more money than I would pay for any service. But that's them. I don't know anybody's real needs or where they're coming from. I don't feel it's my place to judge them. And so that's been the inspiration for this podcast today. I want to lay it out for y'all. I want you to hear what my take is on what I do and what rules I follow. It's also, what I feel is a good measure of a practitioner, So as a practitioner, my responsibility is to you. And this is something to put in big, bold letters, capitalized, underlined, italicized, all of that stuff. Consent. I ask for and wait for you to give me your consent before I do my thing. I've encountered this consent issue on both sides. Once I was checking out a new event in my area, and I was chatting up the organizer, a chakra balancer. It went on for about an hour, and we exchanged our work experience, our resumes, if you will. Talked about lots of stuff. I mean, we got along very well. And then as I was saying my goodbyes, we went in for a hug. I mean, metaphysical people are a very huggy bunch. I could feel them checking out my energy, and it felt so invasive. I pushed them away, and I said, I did not give you permission to do that.
they shrug their shoulders with this, with this hand thing, like, hey, it's what I do. I said, no, not without my permission. And I walked away. Never vended at that event. There was another time I encountered a reader who kind of jumped me. I had just met them, and we had gone our ways, and then I was talking to somebody kind of in a session, and this reader came over and said, I just have to touch you. And they put their hands on my shoulders without even waiting for a response, a yes or no, or can you please hold off, or whatever. And I was so shocked by their audacity. I couldn't say anything. I didn't say anything. But now, to this day, I don't trust them. I don't refer anybody to them, and I certainly won't work with them at a personal level anymore. I did once. Not again. And there was another time when I was a practitioner at another event, and I was marketed as doing past life healing, and I had a client sitting in front of me, and I had identified an ailment in their energy, and I saw that it was connected to a past life. So I offered it up to him. I said, hey, I'm seeing this. We can fix it. Do you want to? And they said, no, no, thank you. Oh, okay. Nobody had ever declined anything, in this venue before. But it wasn't for me to question them or to coax them into doing it or to wheedle them or anything. And so I said, oh, okay. And we moved on. I mean, I really cannot emphasize enough how important willing consent is. When you have an openness to the healing process. If I'm working on a client and they're not ready for healing, they tense up and the flow is constricted. And then I have to work harder against their resistance. And if they were ready for it, if they were agreeable to it, it goes great. I mean, otherwise I look like this inefficient fool, and because I can't get through the work. I respect your boundaries, and I will wait for you to say yes or no and act accordingly. So the next point is that I'm not the only practitioner out there, so I am not going to bind you to me. I am not ever going to say, I'm the only one who can fix this, because, there's a ton of people out there. You have every right as a client to shop around. At an in-person event, I will encourage you to go and check out and talk to other vendors, ask them questions, tune into their energy to see if somebody else resonates better with you. Sometimes it's lovely and people circle back around to me and say, yeah, this is it. And then other times they sit down with somebody else. It's cool however it works out. I'm hoping for everybody to have the best outcome. And then, there's also the referral thing. So while you may choose somebody on your own, I am very happy to sit there and talk to you and identify what issues you want to look at. And if I feel like it's not in my realm of expertise, if it's out of my realm, or if I know that there's somebody who can better help you, I'm happy to send you over there. I was at an event, and a client of mine brought over somebody they wanted to refer to me. And after checking in with my energy, how I felt about it, I said, no, I don't think I'm the right person for you. So I took them by the hand and I walked them over to somebody else, and I introduced them and I said, I think this vendor's the best one for you right now. And I left them there. And that's fine. I think it's respectful to a client to give them what they need, even if it doesn't come from me. Let's see. More on this referral thing or binding someone to me. I don't get jealous if you go to another practitioner. I may not be what you need that day, or if you want to explore other modalities. Cool, go for it. My hope for you is that you find your healing and your happiness wherever it is or whoever it's from. I encourage you and to tune in to how you feel when you encounter a practitioner, or anyone for that matter. It's kind of like applied kinesiology or muscle testing, when you check in to see how your body feels and then trust it. Also, something else, I am fortunate in that my life is not tied to my income from this. I am fortunate to have other people in my house who have jobs that have not been affected by the current situation. So it doesn't, I'm not going to be that desperate for you to give me your money. I'm going to ask for what I think I deserve that is reasonable. Oh, and on prosperity, I don't have your lotto numbers. I don't have my lotto numbers. And if I did, well, no, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have lotto numbers. Another thing is, I am not a replacement for medical care. There's laws about that. I do not diagnose, prescribe, or treat medical conditions. I don't cure anything but bacon. I'm not going to ask you to change medications, to scale back or to up, or to completely chuck a professional's assessments. I mean, what I do is complimentary, and not, oh, you look so pretty today. Complimentary with all the ease in there, where it's supportive and it works in tandem with other modalities. I'm not a replacement. I will check your energy in a session, and if I do get information about healing, I'll share it with you. I can pull from my own experience, but it's always with the caveat to consult your own doctor, and it's certainly, again, it's not going to be to prescribe or change what you're doing. I just don't do that. No. I'm happy to sit with you if you're having a panic attack, or if your anxiety is all through the roof, and I'll sit with you until whatever it is passes, or you feel comfortable hanging up or moving on. I'm not going to blow sunshine up your ass. Oh no, he's really into you. Nope. I will tell you what I see. I will put it in the most loving way possible. And that, as a client, I find some people get upset when I don't tell them what they want to hear. I will tell you what I see. So I will be truthful with you. Okay. I strive to find community resources for you if you need them. Another thing is client privilege. I do not talk about you and your sessions with other people. The instances I have given in this video are vague enough so I can get the point across, but not divulge any details that would be identifiable. I wrote something so important. I wrote something so intelligent. I said, I will be here any references I have made here are as vague as possible, but with the salient information to get my point across. That sounds so good. But it has happened that someone has asked me about questions about another client they referred to me. And it was really kind of nice being able to say, it's not my place to tell you. Talk to that person wait for them to tell you what it was like. But it's not my place. And I think lastly, we both get to set boundaries. So if I feel like I'm not making progress with you, if you feel like you're not making progress with me, we can terminate the sessions. I've had that happen where it was just, I'm not telling you what you want to hear, and so let me refer you to somebody else or cut you loose. I mean, if you don't feel like you're benefiting from the sessions, you have every right to stop them. I don't believe that I am the only one you should consult. The universe is too big to think that I'm the only one for you. I may not always have the magic words for you, the magic phrase that's going to heal you and all that. But my job, my hope, my goal is to help you find your answers within yourself. So until next time, blessings.